Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door and join us for Sheffield Wednesday versus Derby in the watch-along tonight. The first of, I would say, 12 championship games for round 23, which takes us to the halfway mark. But Brentford and Bristol City has just been postponed, so we'll see how many others fall by the wayside as we go. We'll be here for the next couple of hours to watch along Sheffield Wednesday versus Derby. Get your predictions in for that one via the comments. We'll go through and we'll have a little look at the teams, all of that good stuff that we normally do. And we'll all watch the game together. Remember, both sides actually in decent form of late. Derby more so, but Sheffield Wednesday a little splurge there of 7 points in the last 3 games to add into the bargain. Let me know that you can see me, hear me loudly and clearly, and we will get into it imminently. First of all, before we go any further, do you love me? We need to say thank you to Charlie, who sponsors all our watch-alongs. Charlie Frost, 30 years of Law Royal. Here's to many more. You can help out Charlie with his fundraising stuff. depop.com/ReadingFan21. Shall we have a look at the 2 teams for this one? Shall I make that a little bit bigger? There are our teams. And I'm going to... Do you know what? I was thinking, have we done Sheffield Wednesday on a watch-along yet this season? I don't think we have. I know we've done Derby 4 or 5 times, I think, but I don't believe we have done a Sheffield Wednesday watch-along. So I'll kind of plead the fifth on the team shape there, and we'll assume the best of SofaScore, although often these positions are totally wrong. But they are telling us that it's Wildsmith in goal, Lees, Palmer and Odubajo as the back 3. Harris wide right, Reach wide left, with a midfield 3, therefore, of Shaw, who scored in the last game, Pelupessy and the ever creative Barry Bannon. Up top, Patterson and Windass. We'll see how that shape works out. We have seen a 5-4-1 for Tony Pulis a few times. So we'll see what Neil Thompson does in his temporary position in charge here. For Derby, I think it's completely unchanged. And why not? After a 4-0 away win and with Martin Waghorn suspended still. So it is Marshall in goal, Byrne, Wisdom, Clark, Forsyth across the back, Bielik, Shinnie and Knight, with Josviak and Sibley wide, Kazim, Richards up top. Let's have a little look at the benches. Izzy Brown is there, always a fan. So Jackson, Hunt, Brown, Wildock, Penny, Kachunga is an option there. Deli Bashiru, Brennan and Rhodes. Can I get a tune out of him? It's been tricky at Wednesday, hasn't it, with Jordan Rhodes. For Derby on the bench there, Roos, Buchanan, Evans, Taverick, Watson, Bird, Whitaker, Hector Ingram and Gordon, who I believe is about 16 years old, but very highly rated by the Derby fans that we speak to. We'll go to your comments in just a second. We do have, we've got a Bits' Bet, and we've got the results of the poll that I put up earlier today. We'll go to the Bits' Bet first, which says, if I remove that banner, both teams to score over 2.5 goals, 3 corners each, plus 30 match booking points. So 3 bookings between the 2 teams. But both teams to score over... Sorry, I should have gone with the comma there. Both teams to score over 2.5 goals in the game. Not both teams to score over 2.5 goals. My mistake there. Yeah, that would be probably longer odds than that. Thank you, Bits, as ever, for Bits' bet. Here's what YouTube said today from 242 votes. 21% forecast a home win for Sheffield Wednesday. 50% an away win for Derby. 11% on the goalless draw. 19 on the scoring draw. So 30% in total going for the draw in this one. Let's have a look and see what you guys are saying in the comments. Hey up, come on the Owls indeed. Yes, we've heard the news about Bristol City tomorrow. Up the Rams, come on Derby. Stephen says, I think Derby will win. They've been impressive last few games. Owls to win. Evening all, loud and clear, says Nat. Danny Cowley hit the nail on the head a minute ago on Sky. Said if Derby get through this season unscathed, they can really attack the Championship next season with all the young players gaining experience. I just get through the season first. I think I wouldn't worry about attacking the Championship next season. But hey, maybe he wants to ingratiate himself, Mr. Cowley, with all of the Championship owners. Adam Reach going to have a hard task keeping Yoshviak quiet. We will see. This will be 0-0. I bloody hope not. I need some goals. Some goals tonight. That's what I need. Goals and cards. Indeed. Chris confidently predicting an away win in this one. Don't trust Izzy Brown defensively. Guess that's why he's benched. Well, he's just never fit, Izzy. Bless him. Never, ever fit. Not getting thrashed at Brentford tomorrow. Get in. There we go. That's called hedging your bets animation there. Either 3-0 Derby or 1-0 Wednesday. Let's just pop the teams up one more time. See where we think this one may or may not be won or lost. Certainly still lots of quality in that Derby team. Lots of experience as well. Sheffield Wednesday, I guess it's a solid defensive shape and maybe get the likes of Reach and Bannon on the ball, get the supply into Patterson, get Windass running in behind. There we go. I was going to say, Ben, that did sound like a gizzard job statement. Yeah, there you go. Come on the massive, says Jim. Is that all the people in the chat or one of the teams? Right, let's pop this up at 0-0. Players now coming out. I still need to scribble down some names here on my sheet of paper, but very familiar with this Derby shape, having done them a few times. We'll keep an eye on Sheffield Wednesday and see if SofaScore have indeed got it correct. Let's just have a quick look at the league table because we can pretty decisively talk about what effect this game will have on the table because nobody else is playing today. Looks like Sky have gone for exactly the same shape as SofaScore has, so we may well be safe there. So Derby with a win will go up above QPR into 19th, keep their good run going. Sheffield Wednesday with a win. Now they are on -9 on the goal difference. So Sheffield Wednesday would go above Derby if they were to beat them. And if they were to beat them by 2 goals, assuming we're going goals scored first, they'll go above Forest as well. So a 2-0 victory or a 2-goal victory. Oh, goodness me, they're falling like flies. Luton and QPR has now been postponed as well tomorrow. Wow, we're doing the super stream tomorrow, so hopefully there's still some games to talk about. Of course, as always in these situations, we hope any players affected are okay. Up the Owls, says Alex. I did a football manager with Sheffield Wednesday once, and Adam Reach got 35 assists. Nice. We are screwed tonight. 5 centre-backs injured. Odebajo in a back 3. Help me, Lord. Reach to score first. 3-1 win, says Dave UK. Graham Shinnie is incredibly groomed. Lovely penalty from him the other day as well. Please make my day and call off the Birmingham game. Well, we will see about that. Everyone takes the knee, except Colin Kazim Richards, who's standing up. I thought this was all about solidarity and everybody standing together, but there you go. Let's not get into that. We have kicked off. Let me know if you want a time check at any point in this one. Wednesday have a throw-in down the right-hand side. As I say, looking for a 2-goal win would put them above both Derby and Forest. Here's Wisdom. Long one forward from Wisdom, looking for Kazim Richards, headed away by Lees. Knight gets onto it. Bannon just takes it off Knight's toes there. Back into Bannon, who's going to clear this one away up the line. Here come Derby down the right. Joshviak just has it taken off him again by Bannon, and Wednesday just trying to get out. Derby with the early territory in this one thus far. Shinnie plays that to Bielik, who switches the play. Nice ball by Bielik out to Forsyth, the left back. He plays it into Shinnie. Good football this by Derby. Sibley, low cross, cleared on the near post. And Reach helps that one on to Windass. Back to Reach. Joshviak gets in his way. It's turned over again, and Jason Knight has got it in midfield for the Rams. Burton just comes across and gives it into Wisdom. Derby on top so far in the first 2 minutes of this one. Forsyth has got it again going down the left. Kazim Richards comes short. Bielik just slides that out wide right to Burn. He plays the channel looking for Joshviak and does not find him. So the SofaScore team had Sibley and Joshviak down the wrong way. Joshviak playing down the right and Sibley playing down the left. Looking at the Wednesday team, well, we'll look more closely at that in just a second. It looks like the shape might actually be wrong, but we will keep an eye on that one as we go. And there is Neil Thompson, ex-Ipswich Town, left back. Tremendous stuff. Here is Kazim Richards. Back to Joshviak, who works his man. Is he fouled? Yes. He draws the foul. Joshviak, and have a chance to put this free kick in the box. There, Joshviak fouled by Palmer. And it's going to be a free kick on the right-hand side. Looks like Nathan Byrne is going to take this one. Bielik is forward. Clark is forward. Kazim Richards is forward. Wisdom. Kazim Richards just stood in an offside position. I assume he's going to step back, which all confuses the linesman. Wednesday, high line. In it goes from Byrne and headed away by Lees in the middle there, number 15. And Wednesday through Odebajo, trying to come clear with that one. However, it's just out for a throw-in down that left, and Reach goes all the way home. Sheffield Wednesday just getting into it now. It's been all Derby for the first sort of 3 minutes or so. Evening, Jack. Our friends at Talk Norwich City there. Happy New Year to you too, my friend. I'm sure you're all aware of Jack's channel, but go over and subscribe over there. Good channel, good guy. Here is Windass down the right. Gets it across. Clark intercepts. Forsyth half clears it. Fierce old tackle there by Shinny in the centre. And the ball goes back to Wildsmith in the goal. He's going to take this goal kick long. Headed away. And a foul by Windass, I think. No, by Shaw leaning in as he went to challenge the ball. 0-0 in this one. I'm going to drink some coffee. Try and pep myself up. Marshall out to Clark. Clark goes long. It is looking like a back four for Wednesday. I might have to screw up my notes here. Which would mean, which would mean I'm struggling to tell you who the left back is. Unless Odebajo. We'll keep an eye on this Wednesday shape here. As I say, I haven't seen them on the watch along yet this season. Here's Kazim Richards. Reach does well there in the deep midfield. Comes away with it. Windass. Bannon. And Bannon goes back into the back four. Is Shaw playing at centre half? Is that what's confusing me? Yes. Okay. So, right, it's a back four then. Shaw looks like he's playing centre half, which means Harris is actually in midfield. And Palmer is playing left back. I'll get my head around this in a minute. Forsyth crosses in low and it's cleared out. Here comes Windass. Knight runs with him. Goes inside to Reach. Nice ball. Pelupesi. Patterson. Heavy first touch by Patterson, and he has given it away. Here comes Sibley up against Odubajo. Lee's half gets it clear. Odubajo does the rest. And we've got our first victim for the fake news sin bin there. In fact, for shall I do a block or a fake news sin bin? In he goes, Gianpaolo, who we won't be hearing from for the next 5 minutes. Eight minutes gone in this one. Derby started well for the first 3-4 minutes. Wednesday just coming into it now. Time check. Sorry, two people asking. Right, we're going to be at 8 minutes 30. I'll count you down 3, 2, 1. So either pause me or pause whatever you're watching on. 8 minutes 30 in 3, 2, 1. 8:30. That is where we are. Thank you, Alex. So the back four is Odubajo, Lees, Shaw, Palmer at left back, Harris, Pelupesi, Bannon and Reach, and Windass and Patterson up the top, contrary to what SofaScore was telling us when the game started. Sometimes rather than rewriting your entire thing, it's easier to just start again, isn't it? So I'll rewrite that as a 4-4-2 as we go. Wildsmith with the goal kick. Headed away. Josh says Wednesday only really got one real centre-back on. Do you reckon we'll see Callum Patterson ending up at centre-half? I wonder. Kazim Richards holds it up, out of play. It goes, though. Throwing down the right, Odebajo throws that inside to Lees, who plays it to Shaw. Pelipesi comes short to receive, but they miss him out. Derby have got it back now. Shinnie across to Wisdom. Wisdom drives forward over the halfway line. Still got it, Wisdom. Tries to slide it through. Bielik's made the run. Pelipesi tracks him and gets that one clear into Joshviak now. Nice feet by him. He's still got it. Good dribble, actually, by the pole. He's still got it. Joshviak crosses, and it's just cut out. Sibley was looking like he was liking the look of that cross. Looking like he was liking the look. You know what I mean. It didn't reach him. But there's been another foul in a similar position than the one on Joshviak earlier. Pelipesi this time just leaves a sort of high-ish boot in on Jason Knight. And it is another free kick to Derby in a dangerous position. Matt Donahue is the referee. Just measuring out the 10 yards for the wall. Nathan Byrne is going to take the free kick again from the right. Exactly the same setup here as the last one. Wednesday trying to hold a high line. Kazim Richards starting offside, and he's going to make a step back. Byrne swings it in, and that's going to be easy for Wildsmith. Just headed up in the air, and he can gather that one very, very easily. 0-0, 11 minutes 45 gone. Wildsmith, big goal kick down the middle. Patterson does get the flick on this time, and Reach has got it. He's had to come short. He's playing down the right Reach, so he's going to be coming inside the whole time. Windass tried to slip it in to Patterson. Goes all the way through to David Marshall. Wisdom plays it into Shinnie. Wisdom, nice pass there with the left foot into Bielik. Bielik outside of the foot looking to try and find Kazim Richards. And Kazim Richards has slid in and won the ball. Knight, he's got Joshviak overlapping, and he tried to put the cross in first time. Good play by Kazim Richards there. It's up for a corner. He just caught, it was Shaw, excuse me, on the ball. Quickly turned over, and Knight tried to play Joshviak in, and it just couldn't quite make the cross. But nice quick counter-attack by Derby there. And they've got a corner. Shinnie's going to take it left-footed from the right-hand side. Shinnie finds Clark actually on the near post, but Clark can't do anything with the header. Danny Cowley for Sheffield Wednesday. Yeah, he does seem to be kissing babies' heads and waving flags in the Sky studio, doesn't he, Oliver? Pelipesi stepped up his game this year. They're missing Luongo in the central midfield, aren't they? Used to have a little cry every time I saw his name on the team sheet. Very slow start compared to Bournemouth for Brentford. You're holding it to a high standard there, Liam, aren't you? Yes, thank you to all the people letting me know. We are aware in the chat, 2 games now cancelled tomorrow. Brentford and Bristol City and Luton and QPR have gone the way of the pair. No games at those 2 stadiums tomorrow. Lewis says Derby scored that from the... Yeah, I remember actually the one that Kazim Richards flicked in at the back post, that last corner. So we'll look out for that one. Matt Clark on his own at the near post. Nice diagonal there, looking for Joshviak. Palmer just gets it clear. Harris, we haven't really mentioned on the ball. Bannon gives it away, really, for him. Bielik. Oh, good strength by Bielik there. Finds Sibley. Oh, good strike by Sibley, spilled by Wildsmith. He was way out, Louis Sibley there. Josh Viak's recycled, low ball in. Bielik, Shinnie. Oh, how has Shinnie not scored there? Wow, big chance, first big chance of the game. All came from Sibley with he's miles out, actually. It's a really good hit. Troubles Wildsmith. Kazim Richards follows up. Great back heel, actually. Josh Viak, good touch. Bielik lets it go. And Shinnie, it's a really poor finish there. He's got a load of time as the ball's coming to him. Shinnie on the left foot. He's exactly level with the penalty spot. Hits it really poorly. And Bannon manages to get in the way. Derby looked quite good on the quick counter-attacks here. A couple of times where they've used the ball and moved it really nice and quick. They've got a corner here. Probably should really have been 1-0 up there. Swung in by Burn to the back post, looking for Bielik. Just over hits that one. 0-0. Derby with the first real chance of the game thus far. 53% of the game taking place in the Sheffield Wednesday final third. So pretty clear that Derby are on top in this one. Wednesday sitting back, which they have done, to be fair, under Tony Pulis and Gary Monk beforehand. So Alistair says should score, probably. Especially how well he hit that penalty with his left foot the other day. Shinnie, he's got the technique there, but just let him down on that. Good call, and Bielik left it, but Liam says right position, wrong player there. Al's in trouble, says Locke. Yes. Yeah, looking like it's going to be a long evening for them tonight, but it's 0-0. It's the championship. Anything can happen in the next half hour. What TV program was that? Like Stingray or something, wasn't it? Sibley down the left now. Tries to squeeze that in between Odebajo and Reach. Odebajo plays it off Sibley and wins the throw-in for Sheffield Wednesday. Just kill a little bit of time in the process. 17 gone in this one. I'll bring the numbers up in a sec, but well on top when Derby at the moment. And the numbers tell us all that. Let's just bring them up. You can't see the possession, can you? So 60% possession to Derby so far. 4 shots to 0, 2 corners to 0, 3 shots inside the box to 0. 71 passes to 54. So Derby on top thus far in this one. Here's Wisdom stepping out of defence. He's had a fair bit of time on the ball in this game. Maybe Wisdom and Clark. Wisdom looks furious at the lack of options he had there. Burn. Wisdom. Wisdom's going to go for the 100 touches in this game, isn't he? Here's Kazim Richards. Nice feet. Plays it into Josh Viak. Not a great ball, to be fair. And Josh Viak is robbed. Harris, lovely run by him. He's beaten 2. Harris tries to feed it through. Windass now to the edge of the box. Windass tries to chip the keeper. Sorry, it's Reach. Excuse me. Which he's got in his locker, hasn't he? Deep run from right midfield. Gets ahead of Craig Forsyth. It was really good play by Harris. And to be fair, we were saying good position, wrong player there. But that was the right player. You'd want one Sheffield Wednesday player taking a shot from outside the box. You'd want it to be Adam Reach, but he couldn't get that one on target. Marshall plays that one out to Shinnie. Deep midfield, left-hand side. Clark is going to hit the front here. Big long ball forward and headed away by Tom Lees. It's turned over in the middle. Bielik, who's often in the right place at the right time there. And Shinnie now. Shinnie out to Sibley. Comes inside off the left. Oh, nice ball by Sibley. all the way out to Joshviak. He comes into the box, stands up his man, low cross. Joshviak looks dangerous in this one down that right-hand side, doesn't he? He seems to be playing well. Lewis says, shocked how much time Wednesday are allowing Wisdom and Clark. They seem to have been told not to press them, don't they? So seems very deliberate because they're clearly just folding back where the Wednesday centre-halves have got the ball. So something they've probably been asked to do. But, yeah, definitely an outlet, especially with Clark as well. He's a good player on the ball. Maybe in terms of building attacks. But I suppose if you're a Wednesday fan, the more the Derby centre-halves have got the ball, the further away it is from your goal. Tossed down the line by Burn. Kazim Richards is strong, and he's held it up nicely. Plays it back to Burn. Joshviak, nice ball again by him. That's gone out for a throw-in. Nice balance to the Derby midfield three. In terms of having the left footer, having the runner, having the strength of Bielik as well. They look like they're operating nicely in the middle. There is Shinny against Bannon. Bannon gets a foot in. It's a foul being given. I guess there was a pull before there. Alex says, shouldn't be shocked, Lewis. We don't press anyone. Yeah, that Pulis will do that. Bless him. Sit back. Reading's game in the cup gone. Who would that have been against, Alistair? Hi to Russ as well. Happy New Year to you, sir. In from Joshviak, headed out. Shinny's got it. Nice ball. Burn. Burn crosses it in, headed away. Burn's got it back. Lob to the far post. Sibley's there. Sibley heads it back across. Oh, and Matt Clark was arriving. Looked like he tried to shape it into the far corner. He is well tracked, to be fair, Clark. But another chance for Derby there. Sibley does really well. Great header back across. And, yeah, Leeds didn't know too much about where that was going to go. He just got in the way. Really good header by Sibley. And, that could have easily deflected in there from Matt Clark. Corner for Derby, who are comfortably on top in this one now. Burn from the left-hand side. In it comes, headed goalwards. I think it hit a defender on the goal line, and they've gotten rid of it. Well, there was a breakaway there. Shinny is surely going to get booked now because I think referee Donahue missed an advantage there. Here's the header down. It hits on a Barjo. Callum Patterson clears it. We're just going to get another look. I want to see the incident the other end. Shaw has got a handful of Kazim Richards' shirt there. Up it goes. Bielik heads it down. I might hit Sibley, actually. Away it goes. And they countered quickly Wednesday. It looked like, I think it was Harris had got away from his man, but referee Donahue pulled it up. And now they've wasted the free kick again. Here is Wisdom. Wisdom back to Marshall. And back again. Burn has got it. Plays that one down the line. Good ball that by Burn. Knight is the midfield runner. And he just has it nicked off him. You should watch the Old Firm tomorrow, says Liam. Do you know, this is embarrassing. I couldn't tell you one player. Does Kemar Ruth still play for Rangers? Not too knowledgeable on that, I'm afraid, matey. Cleared away by Wednesday. Wisdom wins that one. Shinny, Bielik, Joshviak down the right-hand side. Stands up Palmer. Comes inside into the back post. And out for a goal kick. 24 gone. in this one, 0-0. Derby with 2 decent chances. Shinnie, really good chance into the box, hit it left-footed. Technique let him down. And Sibley heading down for Clark. Lees gets the block, but it could go anywhere. And just deflects wide of the post. Bit says, thinking that when we get back to some normality, I would like to expand my photography by visiting football grounds around the country on match day. So I'd be happy to be invited by anyone. I'll vouch for Bits. Don't worry. He's not a weirdo. He's a good guy. Buy him a ticket. You'll have a fun afternoon. Ridiculous refereeing, not letting Harris play on from the free kick. Yeah, there wasn't any advantage there, was he? I always think in those instances that they're definitely going to book the player, but didn't even get that. And then wasted the free kick, didn't they? I can't imagine how bad Sheffield Wednesday v Birmingham would be. Well, we're going to try and enjoy this one tonight. Wisdom's got it, right centre back. Pops that one down the line. And into the stand it goes. Derby still with most of the ball in this game. Burn is going to take the throw-in. Gets it back off Bielik. And it's all the way back with David Marshall. Yeah, just trying to force Wednesday out a little bit here, Derby. Marshall's played it into Forsyth. Now, can Wednesday catch them out of position? No. Reach gives it away, or rather miscontrols it. And Clark plays it to Forsyth. Good feet by Forsyth. Bielik tries to play it into Sibley. Lee's got there first, headed away. Throw in for Derby here. Forsyth into Kazim Richards, who's a strong old bloke, and he holds it up. Nice feet by Shinnie there to find Forsyth. Forsyth, good cross. Kazim Richards hits the crossbar. Oof. Wednesday's goal, living a charmed life here. That was great football by Derby. Shinnie, lovely feet in the first instance. Kazim Richards has held it up, and Shinnie just shifts it a little faint there. Chris Waddle-esque that for you Wednesday fans. Lovely ball in by Forsyth, and I have to say Kazim Richards should score there. That is, do you know what? He heads it with the top of his head there rather than his forehead. I guess he sees it late, but it's a really inviting cross, and it's a free header from middle of the goal from about 8 yards. Yeah, Wayne Rooney looks away. He would have buried that one, wouldn't he? But are Derby going to regret these chances? They should really be in the lead. Should really be in the lead in this game, shouldn't they? Possibly clear by 2 with the chances they've had so far. But here are Wednesday in the other penalty box. Wisdom gets a little flick on that. Patterson recycles Harris. Harris step over. Burn jockeys him. Pelupesi. Nice feet by him. Can Harris get a decent crossing? Wednesday got 4 in the box. Burn, good defending by... Oh, excellent from Burn there. Stood Harris up. Won the ball. Comes away with it and finds Kazim Richards, who should probably have just scored. Nat says, just going to change my pants. Yes, the ball flying at the Wednesday goal from all angles. Should at least be 1-0 up. Wake up Wednesday. Ben says, you've got to make the keeper work. Exactly. Totally agree with that. Because, look, I always think with shots that hit the bar, well, there may as well have been no keeper in the goal. Do you know what I mean? That's still not going in. So who provided the cross? It was Craig Forsyth. Imagine if Wednesday finished this half 1-0 up. We've seen stranger. But Derby need to just keep on putting the pressure on. Kazim Richards cleared out. Shinnie. What is interesting is watching the position of the 3 Derby sort of midfield players. They're getting further and further forward. So as they get more and more comfortable in this game, Shinnie has it now. Burn with the diagonal. Forsyth heads it back. Knight, Forsyth. Oh, good football again. And they've won the corner. Derby are playing well here, but they don't have the lead. Let's just have a look at the numbers that are getting even stronger. Rooney must be happy with this other than the finishing. 65% possession, 7 shots to 1. 2 big chances now at 0-0. On the bright side, we've got our 3 Derby corners. Yeah, for your bet though, Bits, they need to stick it in the net first, don't they? Burn is going to take another corner, right-footed from the left-hand side. Holds up the left arm, whatever the signal means. In it goes. Oh, poor clearance. Bielik hits the shot. Great block afterwards, though. Messi, Bielik. Oh, drills it with the left foot. Not far wide again. Wayne Rooney spins around thinking, how are we not leading this game? So the corner goes in. It's really messy in the first instance. Horrible clearance by Palmer. Bielik's first shot gets blocked. Oh, just wide of the post. But again, from a Derby perspective, hit the target. He's 20 yards out. Oh, he hits it left-footed and it just swerves away from the post. And you have to say, with these chances, they just haven't worked the keeper or hit the target. I suppose Clark was blocked and Shinnie was blocked. Kazim Richards hits the bar and Bielik just drives that one wide of the post. But, yeah, all Derby this one now. Who is better, Bird or Knight? Well, last season I would have said Bird, but Knight's definitely overtaken him this season. Benny Boy gets more Noel fielding each day. I wouldn't mind what he makes for presenting the bake-off, put it that way. Will Big Sam keep West Brom up? Or is he bitten off more than even he can chew? I'm not sure he will. But, hey, that's for our dearly departed shows, isn't it? Shinnie, Bannon just tries to get ahead of him, but Bielik, right place, right time again. Pelopessi snatches that one in central midfield, and Patterson is robbed. Foul on Knight, surely there, and referee Donahue will have to pull that one back. It's going to have a word with, it was either Shaw or Lease. .33 gone. It was indeed Shaw, who was red carded in a game recently, wasn't he? Just a bit heavy-handed on Knight there. Free kick to Derby. 0-0 still. Derby should be 1 or 2 in front in this game. Shinnie, free kick goes in, headed on by Clark. They're going to get rid of it. Bannon, that's a lovely ball by Bannon. And Harris is chasing after it, and he's beaten Forsyth into the box. Easily gathered, though, by Marshall. Brilliant bit of skill by Bannon in the build-up to that. Flip up with the right foot, reverse ball on the volley. It's a hell of a pass by Bannon on the replay. They're outstanding by him. Harris then dribbled down the right, and Windass was arriving there. If he could just dig that one out. 2 in the box. Lev with a super chat. Thank you, sir. I'll toast you with water today, matey. Happy New Year to you too, my friend. Keep up the good work. I'll let you off toasting with alcohol. Only tea for me today. Heavy night. We're having another look at Kazim Richards' chance here, middle of the goal, super slow motion. Head that one in. Yeah, you can see exactly what's gone wrong. He's got underneath it, headed it with the top of his head, and the chance goes a begging. Wildsmith's just looking at it as it hits the bar. Big, huge chance for Kazim Richards. Thank you again for Lev. Lots of fouls. Donahue is not shy at giving cards. How long before his patience wears thin? I wonder. Phil says, like the Alamo, looks a matter of time before Derby score. You definitely want to get one before half time, don't they, Derby? Because obviously everything sort of resets, doesn't it? Over the 15 minutes. Thank you for that super chat. I'll just pop that up at the bottom. Little plug for the super chats, which really, really help the channel out. The Bulls are dead, by the way. We're just waiting for Harris. Josh says, sure, doesn't look comfortable at centre-back. I think I agree, Josh. He's a 19-year-old central midfielder. So, yeah. Fair comment. So you'd want to get Kazim Richards up against Shaw as often as possible. Probably would be Rooney's instructions there. Have you noticed anything drastically different in Derby's tactics in the few weeks since Rooney took over? Well, under Koku, it was very slow and overly methodical, wasn't it? I suppose with Rooney, it's a bit more dynamic. The balls moved a little bit quicker. The return of Bielik really helps, big style. Koku never had him for, I don't know, 7 months, 8 months or something. But yeah, the sort of 4-3-3 type system. So yeah, a few little tweaks. They've definitely been more solid at the back, haven't they? As well, much improved under Rooney, Rossini, McLaren, whoever you think. Bannon gets pulled down there. He's not happy about it. There's not going to be a yellow card, we don't think. A shake of hands. But a very deliberate pullback there on Bannon. And Wednesday are going to take the opportunity to move everybody up the pitch. And Wildsmith is going to boot the goal kick up long. Josh Windass has gone off. Kachunga is on for Windass. Obviously hurt. Windass there. And Kachunga is going to come on and I guess going to play up top with Patterson in a straight swap. Palmer with the throw-in for Sheffield Wednesday down the left, looking for an option. He's not getting one. In the end, it comes in. Palmer's got past his man actually here. Drives it in low. I don't know what he's attempting there. It's pretty poor in the end. Straight through to Marshall. Nothing doing there. Wisdom to Burn. Back to Wisdom. Along to Clark. They've had a lot of ball, the Derby centre-halves in this one. And it's back in with the keeper. Main concern, 2 central midfielders in a 4-4-2 here because they will both sit deep. Yeah, and then there's a ton of space for the Derby 3, isn't it? So totally agree with that. Long one into the channel. Yeah, Derby have just taken their foot off the gas the last 3-4 minutes in this one. Sure is better up the field, says Nat. Yeah, he's got no centre halves, have they, at the moment? Sheffield Wednesday. For Saif to Shinny, he's gone back into centre half. Wisdom gets his 100th touch of the first half. He goes long in, looking for Kazim Richards. Not great ball. Bannon tries to sweep that up. Big press on Lees from Shinny. Done well. Odebajo. Nice back heel. And Jason Knight with the foul there. Good football to get out there by Wednesday. And again, they're going to move everybody up the pitch. Simon says, if I was a girl, I'd be doing my nails by now. Well, we can always learn something from a championship game. I mean, we should have goals in this one. Oh, I wouldn't say it was tedious. I've seen plenty worse games of football than this. Here's Bannon. Switch of play. Lovely ball by Bannon out to Reach, who's gone over to the left. Reach puts it in early. And Patterson heads it. I mean, would have been a really difficult chance. Heads it wide, but he did have a bit of space there. I think Kachunga's saying, why aren't you nodding it down to me? Andre Wisdom looking impressive, says Joe. Does seem to have all the time in the world in this game, doesn't he, at right centre-back? Lots of possession for him. Need to apologise. I laughed at Derby with Steve McLaren, but it's working. Isn't it just, eh? Wildsmith boots that one forwards. Patterson is trying to draw a foul, Joe Garner style. Up he gets. The ball's flying around in the air. That Shaw is an aggressive old player, isn't he? He's proper old school. Flies into every challenge he makes, doesn't he? The ball has, in the end, gone dead. A free kick's been given to Derby. Just had a replay of Patterson attempting to draw a foul there. Referee Donahue not going for that one at all. Here's Wisdom. Marshall. Big clearance by Marshall, headed away by Lees and Chinney. It's just got a bit messy the last 3-4 minutes. This one, another free kick in central midfield. Pelopessi with the foul this time. 42 minutes gone. You'd be very happy if you're a Wednesday fan to get to 0-0 at half-time. That period between sort of 10 and 30 minutes, Derby could have scored 2 or 3 goals with the chances that they created. Long free kick forward and Patterson heads it away. Burn chests it off to Wisdom, to Burn. Burn plays the channel there. Decent ball. And Knight is surely fouled by Pelopessi there. He tried to roll him. Not given. Maybe 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. And a long ball forward to Patterson has found him. And Wisdom commits the foul. Patterson, luckily, because he tries to take the free kick too soon and gives it away. But he gets pulled back for a rolling ball there. And I think Wednesday might have the chance to get a free kick into the box here. Sure, Bannon will have something up his sleeve. Kachunga and Patterson just talking to Bannon. Will Bannon manage to find one of the better headers of the ball for Wednesday here? Lee's forward, Shaw forward, Kachunga, Patterson, Bannon. In it goes. I think that came off Shaw, and it did indeed. Goal kick to Derby, 43-40 gone. And we're having Jordan Rhodes warming up here. 500 appearances, 211 goals. Wow. Now, what sort of a silly club would sell him for 300 grand at the start of his career? I wonder. Marshall with the goal kick. Probably not too much stoppage time. Although I suppose we did get the sub, didn't we? Windass and Harris was injured for a bit. Throw-in taken by Wednesday. Odebajo to Lees. Placed that one up the line. Cleared by Derby. This game is playing a little bit into Sheffield Wednesday's hands now. The messier it gets and the more stretched it gets, they seem to have a little bit more success. Was the kind of slicker and more flow it has seems to work into Derby's favour. Kachunga bustles through and wins a free kick in a really good area here. Does well, actually. Bielik just shoves him off the ball there. And I'm sure Bannon is going to take this free kick and swing it in from the right-hand side with his left foot. Referee says, wait for the whistle. Let's see if Bannon can stick this with pace in the undefendable area in between the penalty spot and the 6-yard line. One in the wall is Joshviak. What's Bannon got up his sleeve here? 3-step run up. Bannon curls it in. Ooh, big chance there. Bannon, lovely free kick, as you can imagine. It was Kachunga on the back post, and he looked like he'd beaten his man. Oh, he should score there, shouldn't he? Kachunga in front of Bielik. Bielik's got his hands on his shoulders. Kachunga can't direct it goalwards, but amazingly, after what we saw in the first 30 minutes, Sheffield Wednesday could have gone in 1-0 up. There, Bannon's free kick. Kachunga can't quite direct it in. Big chance for Wednesday at the end of the half there. 2-minute stoppage time, by the way, and we've already played a minute and a half of them. Sibley's gone down, holding the back of his left calf, covering his face as well. He doesn't look a happy chappy. Looks like a painful one. What happened there? Oh, it was his own player. Jason Knight. They all jumped together, and Knight must have landed on the back of Sibley's leg. Painful, but if he can last about one other phase of play, then should be okay until half time, obviously. Perfect delivery, and yeah, Wednesday could be 1-0 ahead. There's only one Bannon. Kachunga's shy of minutes, needs some time to settle on the pitch. They haven't used him, have they? Should be Wednesday 1, Derby 2. Yeah. The finishing lacking both teams here. Bits don't bet on goals before half time because most games are 0-0 at half time. Wildsmith has got it. I guess he's just going to clear this and the ref's going to blow the whistle for half time. And that is, of course, exactly what happened. Get your comments in on that first half. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Derby 0. Loads of chances in the end. 3 decent chances for Derby and 1 decent chance for Sheffield Wednesday right at the end of the half. So surprising that there isn't any goals yet in this one. Just the finishing really letting both sides down. Let's have a look at the numbers, and they will tell us that Derby in the main were on top in that half. 62% possession for Derby, 38 obviously for Wednesday. 6 shots to 9, but only 2 on target apiece. Remember, a shot against the woodwork does not count as a shot on target. 4 corners to 0 for Derby. 2 big chances to 0. So they're not counting that header at the end as a big chance. Always interesting to debate those type things, but I thought there might be a big chance in the column there. I wonder if I press refresh whether that will indeed pop up, or they're saying that he was under too much pressure for that to be a big chance. Well, let's not get too emotional about that, as some people tend to do. Obviously, not overly helpful for either team in the table. Would put Derby a point ahead of Forest and Wednesday a point ahead of Rotherham. But I guess if you're a Derby fan, you would think should be in the lead in this one, particularly after that first 30 minutes or so. Let's have a look at your comments, and we can go and chit chat about anything you want over half time in this one. What have we got here? Any Rams in here, says Stephen. Normally, yeah. Who will be the happier manager? Probably Neil Thompson. Although the game state being what it is, despite that dominant first 30 minutes for Derby, no goals, and then Kachunga should have headed them into the lead. Wenlock young team. We keep hearing he's ready. Oh, I think they're talking about Ross Barkley and that. Biggest club out of these two. Very evenly matched, aren't they? If you think about history, particularly Wednesday earlier in the 20th century, massively successful. Reasonable in terms of fan bases, I guess. Most recent success is Derby's, really, their stuff in the 70s, but not much in it at all between those two in terms of size. Need to attack the game. A draw could see us bottom of the league tomorrow. It's tricky, isn't it, Alex? Because you do get the idea if they come off position too much that Derby will pick them off in this one. Do seem to have a little bit more quality, don't they? Simon says we're getting hammered, 0-0. Yeah, certainly for the first half an hour. I live bet goals whenever there is an injury. Most of the time, punters don't consider the time to be added on. There we go. Tyler says, poor game of football. I don't agree. I think Derby's shown some really good stuff. The midfield three, getting Joshviak and Sibley in. There's been plenty of chances. I would say there's been poor finishing in this game of football. But no, there's also been indication that either side could have taken the lead. So, yeah. Simon says, sure keeps impressing for us. Ben, young lad coming on well. He's a proper throwback, though, Simon, isn't he? Really throws himself into all of his tackles. You can see how he's managed to already get a red card in his career. But this is the thing we said about Wednesday, particularly under Chansiri. They've not managed to bring in players and sell at the right time, etc., haven't they? So always do to have a good young player coming through. Oh, look, Derby are having to work hard for the possible win tonight. Shame we weren't like that this midweek. Simon says, yeah, he likes a challenge. Yeah, he does. Best English school. Very watchable. Derby played on the front foot. Very impressed, not playing like a side near the foot of the table. There you go. Which way do you reckon it would go? You'd have to edge towards Derby, particularly after that first 30 minutes, wouldn't you? But Wednesday have got in there 0-0. We're just going to look back at some of the Derby chances now. Sky is showing them. The first one is where Sibley had the long ranger. Now, this is probably the clearest chance because Shinnie has got time to run onto this. He tries to sort it. Really makes a mess of that one, Shinnie. The next one is the corner that was cleared out. They on the slow-mo, it did look like Shaw had a handful of Kazim Richards' shirt on that one as well. Huge chance for Kazim Richards. As I've said a couple of times, didn't head it off his forehead. And then the one for Clark as well, where, they're not going to show Clark's. They're going to show Bielik's where he drove it just wide of the post. So, yes, a litany of chances for Derby in that one. Chris says, excellent again by Derby. Should be 2 or 3 up. Wednesday are poor as expected. Bannon is busy firefighting defensively. Rarely gets a chance to affect forward play. That one time he did, Chris, the touch with the right foot and half volley ball over his shoulder. Beautiful, wasn't it? Jay, hoping it stays a draw. Keep both clubs down in the relegation mix. For now being the operative word. Hal says, I think Derby and Wednesday both will finish much higher than they are at the moment, probably mid-table. Wednesday need to keep consistent. Wednesday need to hire a manager, don't they? But Derby, certainly some indication that they are going to be moving up the table. Get any questions or topics in. I think we've dealt with that half fairly constructively already. 0-0 in this one. Certainly for the first 30 minutes, Derby dominant and should have taken the lead, but it was 0-0 going into half time, and right at the end of the half, Elias Kachunga really should have put Wednesday 1-0 up with all of that water having passed under the bridge there. We're just changing the plug on the bottom there to plug the Patreon. Go and get involved over on Patreon. Support the channel there if you are of that mind. That would be very, very kind. We're building a good subscriber base over there on Patreon. Let's go to some more of your comments. I think we're on the last ad break for Sky. What do we got here? Tyler, we'll give you a time check if anyone wants a time check in this one. Then I will give it to you. Do you think if Barry Bannon left Sheffield Wednesday, they could go the way Hull did? Depends what else they did in the same window, David, because Hull evidently took out Bowen and Grzycki, didn't they? And no attempt to... I think they brought Marcus Mattheson in, which just did absolutely nothing, did it? So... it would depend what else happened, but certainly a chief player for Sheffield Wednesday, and his contract's up at the end of the season. So there is a likely chance that bids will come in for Bannon. Kirk says, Derby missed a hatful. They did indeed. If a hatful is 3 or 4 chances, but they should have taken the lead. Surely. Here's a topic. Do you think Big Sam is being honest about wanting to have a circuit break, or do you think he's looking for more time to work with his West Brom side? I don't know. He'd never admit if he was looking for more time, but he needs more time, and a circuit break would give him more time. But I think we're just going to end up with the postponement business, aren't we? So unless it gets ridiculous and one club is 8 games behind another club or something crazy like that. But look, we know we live in a capitalist world, and we know that football has continued through all of this. So I would suspect if vaccines were being handed out, some may go the way of football players, but we may not hear about this, or bids will be made, let's just say. We'll see what happens with vaccinations as well in terms of footballers getting them. I'm not advocating for that, but I wouldn't be surprised if it happened and we never knew a thing about it. Alex says, we don't rely on Bannon as many think. He's at fault for a lot of the other teams getting through us easily. I'll bow to your superior knowledge on that, Alex, but he's certainly clearly an excellent player there. Ethan says, have you done any research into the PCR test for COVID? No, none. Absolutely none. You can tell us about it if you want, but I know nothing about it. In the dark, along with everyone else. And then what research you find, does it come from a solid source? Conspiracy theorists, ahoy, isn't there? Tyler says, sending back loans from Wednesday, Izzy Brown, Marriott and Flint. I suppose the only reason that they would do that is to cut wages, isn't it? We'll see. None of those players have done anything for Wednesday, have they? Izzy Brown for the first couple of weeks of the season was decent, wasn't he? And Wednesday got some points under Gary Monk, but he always gets injured, doesn't he? Bless him. Marriott, was he injured? He's not being used. Flint's definitely injured. So I think Flint out of all of them is the one you'd want to keep. So Geddes says football is vital for lots of folks' mental health. Get them vaccinated, keep us sane. Yeah, just got to get everybody vaccinated, haven't we? But yeah, they're providing our only news and entertainment at the moment, aren't they? So agreed. Luongo and Iorfa. We had Iorfa at Ipswich, didn't we? Too unworried about losing, hence why I'm struggling to predict wins at the minute. I thought he did a lot for getting play going forward through for Sheffield Wednesday. He did against Birmingham. Ethan says, would you say the bloke who made it is a reliable source? If you want to talk about a subject, Ethan, then go ahead and talk about it. You're asking me whether I've researched it or not, and asking me just tell me your opinion, fella. If you want to have an opinion, go ahead and voice it. I've already admitted I don't know anything about it, and have found over the course of COVID that the search for information is more maddening than not knowing anything. So there we go. Alex says Brown is staying. Just the other two contracts were only until January. Interesting. They need players, that's for sure, don't they? Out of Derby, Forest and Wednesday, who do you think may get relegated? Well, Derby aren't looking very much like they're going to get relegated at all. Forest look like they're on some kind of steady climb. Wednesday look the most likely of the three, if one of those three is going to go down, to be the ones that indeed do drop. But let's see who they bring in. Let's see what happens in January. Sometimes things change for the better over that period. A couple of smart decisions, the right hire, a few players in. You never know what can happen. And also, you never know what can happen at other clubs in terms of them falling down into that bottom three. Anyone missing pucker pies? You can get them from the supermarket, Simon. Although, do you want one that's been heated up for 4 hours prior to you eating it and kind of falling apart whilst simultaneously ripping through the roof of your mouth with being hotter than the sun, Lynn? Right. Here come Rooney and Rossignol. Here come the players to the halfway line. And I can stop padding now and we can start talking about the second half. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Derby 0. Derby dominant for the first 30 minutes, but not finishing their chances. Sheffield Wednesday hung in there, could have taken the lead at the end of the first half through Kachunga. And we have kicked off. I'll give you a time check when the clock is up. No substitutions at half-time. Remember, Kachunga already having come on for Windass in this game. So we have had a sub, but none at half-time. Big one forward looking for Kazim Richards. I'll give you a timestamp for 46 minutes. Okay. And then if you want to pause me or pause your Now TV feed or your Sky feed or whatever, go ahead and get everything lined up. Wisdom back to Marshall. So timestamp will be 46 minutes. I'll count you down. 3, 2, 1. Okay, here it comes. 3, 2, 1. And we're at 46 minutes. Sibley comes short. I need to sort my desk out. Let's put the mouse there, the teams there, and the microphone there. That didn't work, did it? Here comes Burn. Oh, Burn, great run into the box. Oh, nearly found his way through there. Jez says, so far, your theory that chaos off the pitch leads to failure on it has been disproved. What, because of one game at Sheffield Wednesday? Okay. Wish someone would tell the commentator as well. I don't believe it has been disproved, Jez. Here's Sibley. Sibley plays it to Shinny. Shinny, edge of the box. To Knight. Yoshviak is open on the right. Yoshviak crosses poor ball to the back and chested down. In it goes. Sibley now. Sibley works the chance and puts it wide. Derby starting where they where they were in the first 30 minutes of this game, going for it. Yeah, Sky Go. If you're going through the internet, then give me a pause for a minute, Tyler, and catch up. Is Sibley decent? Heard good things, but not seen him play. He's very good. The problem for Sibley is that he was so good in his first two games, literally scoring a hat-trick and a worldie, that everyone expected such great things from him. And maybe Knight and, particularly Knight, Buchanan a little bit gone ahead of him. He's not the golden egg, but he may turn out to be that. How many swear words did you use whilst building the desk? I used one swear word, but I used it on repeat. Keep watching. Oh, I'm watching, Jez. I'm watching, but I wouldn't suggest that any theory has been disproved on the basis of one game. So we will see. Chaos not doing great things for Sheffield Wednesday so far, given that they're in the bottom three and going to be going on to their third manager of the season. But I'm not saying they won't get out of it. I'm just saying it makes it hard. It makes it very, very hard. Here's Yoshviak. His cross is deflected, and Bannon athletically overhead kicks that one away. My team is in chaos behind the scenes. That's why we're struggling. It causes problems. Yeah, of course it does. We all know that chaos at clubs causes problems, don't we? But there we go. Sheffield Wednesday won a game, QPR forever. So obviously that's disproven forever now. Could we talk about the Rooney hype, says Ola. I love the Rooney hype. I think it's great. I like it when big names and great players become good managers, because it doesn't happen very often. So I'm all over it. Let's see how he does. As I say, to my point about Sheffield Wednesday winning one game, Rooney's, we only have a small sample size to judge him on. So, but good luck to him. My favourite word, parachute. Yeah. I needed a parachute to get the old desk down the stairs, put it that way. Oh, here come Wednesday and Patterson. Tackled there by Clark on the turnaround. Looks like we're going to get a long throw into the box. Lees has come up to the near post. In it goes from Patterson. Oh, flicked on. Ooh. And it was Kachunga on the far post. Couldn't get anything on the header. And it's through to the keeper. Which team do I reckon have run the best in the championship? Rotherham or Brentford, perhaps. It depends what you mean by run the best, because not even Brentford make a profit, do they? If run the best means actually make money, then it's Rotherham. Whereas if run the best means success in relation to resources, but hey, you all know what I think about the system in the Championship. It's ridiculous with the FFP, the parachutes. Very, very, very hard to make a sensible argument about what is good practice and what is bad practice. Big boot down the ground there by Wildsmith. Derby have won it back. Forsyth hits it against Clark. Patterson sniffing around that one. Yoshviak tries to keep it in. He's given it straight to Reach. Reach plays it inside to Bannon. Bannon to Palmer. To Reach, who's down the left this half. Played into Kazim Richards now for Derby. Knight following up wins the throw-in. Who has looked the most threatening going forward so far, says Ben. Derby. But it's 0-0. Plenty of chances for Derby, plenty of attacking phases, but they haven't stuck the ball in the net. I like Reach on the left and Harris on the right. Yeah, it does seem a bit more balanced, doesn't it? And the ball goes dead. I wonder if we'll be looking to the substitute benches soon to make stuff happening here. Palmer with the throw-in down the left for Wednesday. Throws it to Patterson. Reach. Trying to switch the play there for Harris. If he'd pulled that off, Harris was in, but it was a really hard pass. Bielik plays it to Shinnie, to Burn. Burn's played quite narrow in this game. Keeps coming inside off the off the right. It's quite effective, actually. Bielik heads it on now. Forsyth in a really strong position. Oh! He slams it right the way across the box. Sibley throws himself at it, and then Kazim Richards does the same. And neither of them can stick it into the net. Goodness me. It's going to be one of these games where Derby have 17 chances and lose 1-0 in the 93rd minute. Just across the box. And how close was Sibley? To be fair, he's a good couple of feet away from it. But another one, a near miss, let's just say, for Derby. Izzy Brown needs to come on. I'd quite like to see that. Izzy Brown always works well as a 10, doesn't he? Could do with 2 forwards ahead of him, though, is the issue. And how you facilitate that, I do not know. Tyler asks about Stoke Bournemouth. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow now with the super streams. I was going to do the super stream at 3. I think I was going to do Leeds Tottenham and then the super stream. But there's less games to look at on the super stream. You let me know in the chat. What would you rather see? The super stream at 3 or Stoke Bournemouth? Because I probably won't be able to do all 3. If you know what I mean. Big boot down the ground by Wildsmith and headed away by Burn. Reach tries to feed that one into Pelopessi, but Josh Viak tracks him very, very nicely. Palmer throws that one in. Turned over by Wednesday, and Derby have it. Shinny to Forsyth. Bielik's got loads of space here. Big one forward, flicked on by Kazim Richards and cleared. Who was it made the point earlier about how deep the central midfielders are for Wednesday? That was a good point. They're so far back that when you do get those turnovers, there's just loads and loads of space. I think we're quite split on this, look, aren't we? Bournemouth, Superstream, 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 Superstream. Mighty Potters, Bournemouth, Superstream. I'll figure it out tomorrow. I'll let you guys know. In it goes from Shinny, the corner, cleared out. Harris tried to keep that one in, but it's going to be a throw-in for Derby that Nathan Byrne is going to take. Don't cross the streams. Where did Kieran Lee go, Alex? Ola asks, which arena is best for an away supporter in the Championship? An away supporter. Well, you know me, I don't like sitting behind the goal. I'd need to get a table up to tell you. But, yeah, I get a bit stressed sitting behind the goal. I find I'm too far away from the goal up the opposite end. So Norwich have you along the side, don't they? But it's not actually that great a view there. Brentford I've not been to. Swansea you're behind the goal. Bournemouth I've not been to. Watford you're behind the goal. Reading you're behind the goal. Stoke you are. Barnsley, Borough you're on the side, aren't you? I don't mind there, but it's a long old journey, isn't it? Just scanning down here. Blackburn, when they used to put you at the top tier, miles up at the back. That was, yeah, that really sucked, didn't it? Yeah, the Ipswich away end is a decent view. I taught a guy who was friends with Nico Yanaris, who used to play for Brentford, who got me some free tickets. And you should all do it, actually. Go and sit in the away end at the team you support, which was good fun. I watched Ipswich play Brentford from the away end. Away end at Wickham was good. Oh, I don't know if I'd fancy that one. Give me the main stand there. Best away position, Bramall Lane, upper tier, great view, but only home fans now. Yes, not good in the lower tier at Bramall Lane, is it? But you know me, I'm all about seeing everything and analysing it. Whereas, as Ben says, limbs. If you want the limbs, you want to be behind the goal, don't you? And then the goal scorer jumps in the stand. But yeah. I'm all analytical, me, aren't I? Haven't been to St James's Park, actually. I watched Ipswich v Norwich in the away in Norwich. Wow. Goodness me. Right, free kick to Sheffield Wednesday. Sorry. Interesting chat there. 60 minutes in. Bannon is going to swing this one in left-footed from the right-hand side from deep. Bannon with pace, flicked on. And Marshall comes, up in the air it goes. Shaw and Lees are there. And Wednesday have scored. Callum Patterson heads it in. The free kick went in and they just couldn't win any any of the headers here. There are 3 or 4, and Wednesday take the lead. Bannon, it's flicked up in the air. They all challenge Marshall. Then I think Lees heads it down, and Patterson, who's on the move, just keeps moving. He challenges Marshall the first time, and he reads that one really well, to be fair, Patterson. And for all of Derby's chances in this game, Sheffield Wednesday have taken the lead 1-0 to Sheffield Wednesday. Callum Patterson is the goal scorer. Goodness me. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat now. Why do they keep putting the camera on Jordan Rhodes? Deary me. Josh says, oh my God. Carl says, get in. Patterson again. Still don't like him. He's on the move there. Nat says, yes. Hal says, chaos equals success. Wednesday to win the league. There you go. Every team should read the Chancery book. David is here. That's big. It could be. It could be. It's never in doubt. Getting hammered 1-0. Wednesday to park the bus now. Goodison Park. Yeah, I liked Goodison Park. Bit of a throwback, that one. Poor Rhodes back to the bench. And Wednesday have the lead. They probably shouldn't be winning this game, but as I always say, you play the game state, don't you? And if Derby are going to create a load of chances and not score them, Rooney is pondering what to do. And Sky put up a damning stat that says when conceding first, Derby 10 times this season, they've lost every game. They have conceded first in. And Neil Thompson, the ex-Ipswich left back, is possibly going to go 2 for 2 here as Wednesday assistant manager. More to the point, Wednesday will be going on to a run of 10 points from 4 games. Lovely little splurge of form by Sheffield Wednesday. Here is Joshviak to Shinny. Cat amongst pigeons here. Wednesday lead 1-0. Looking for Burn on the far side. Palmer gets that away and Reach is going to smash it down the line. Patterson putting pressure on Wisdom there. Have I been to a full Hillsborough? Yes. I've been to Sheffield Derby, actually, at Hillsborough. I don't know what the attendance was. Rotherham away. Yeah, it's good ground at Rotherham. Good view from everywhere there. Pulis crying into his pillow. Tremendous. Cash out up to 53p. Nice. Levi. Am I a Wednesday fan? No. Who needs a manager? Neil Thompson. There we go. What team is overachieving at this moment in time? Championship. Sheffield Wednesday. It should be two goals behind in this one and they're winning 1-0. I'm shocked. Shocked? Well, no, not that shocked. 64 gone. What have Rooney and Rossini got up their sleeve? And have they got Steve McLaren on the end of the phone? 65 gone. Derby trail. A lot of youngsters on the bench, Derby. Wisdom to Clark. Wednesday got a little extra spring in their step at the moment after taking the lead there. And through it goes into the channel. And a load of fireworks go off above the stadium. Not entirely sure why. We had 30 minutes of fireworks from 11:45 to 12:15 where I live last night. Needless to say, my dogs weren't impressed. Here is Joshviak coming into the 10 position off the right. Oh, poor. Gives it away. Harris, nice feet by him. And pokes it through to Pelopessi. Pelopessi out to Wednesday. Look, a different team since they've scored. Here's Odubajo. Bannon. Flicks that one back. And Wednesday stringing together more passes than they have for most of the game here. Palmer down the left. Palmer, big diagonal looking for Patterson. Forsyth on the cover wins that one. And Wisdom plays it into Shinnie in deep central midfield. Wisdom gets it back. Clark, big diagonal from him, left-footed. Kazim Richards wins it. And the second ball, good feet by Kazim Richards. Then he slips. What's he going to do with it now? He's furious that no one's within 10 yards of him. Here's Burn. Josh Viak. Down the right, cuts inside. Bielik. Shinnie. Wednesday frustrating Derby now. They're moving the ball, but they're moving it laterally and need to play through the line somehow. Whether that's a pass or a dribble, it's not happened. And well played Wednesday. All got into shape, and Derby have gone back home to Marshall. In the goal. I've recommended my channel to my best mate who's an owl, but don't hold that against him. I won't. My bias is at the door. It's literally hanging off the door, isn't it? Kazim Richards has got it. Nice voice crack. When did my voice crack? Like Kevin and Perry. Unbelievable, Jeff. Wednesday have been dogged to. Hey, they're winning. They are winning. Sensational. All of our shots are usually on target. Just a shame there's only 3 per match. Sensational. That's the gamekeeper shooting at the crowds. My cats weren't impressed either. That's the fire. Yeah, that's the end of season fireworks, isn't it? Setting him up early. Tremendous. Binge watching your videos while I said, oh, nice one, George. You legend. When I said 30, look at his face. Just look at his face. Free kick to Derby. Shinnie is going to put that one in. Patterson heads it back. Joshviak. Oh, he mishit it, but Sibley was arriving. Wednesday get it clear. Knight. Shinnie. And, Wildsmith spilt it. And Kazim Richards was just closing down. The shot there by Joshviak could have been converted by Sibley there. We're just seeing Shinnie's shot and Wildsmith doing that wonderful S-House thing where you just fall to the floor. Kachunga goes down. I do love and hate Bannon. What's that? Liam slept through the fireworks. How much had you drunk, Liam? Deary me. Why is the ref letting everything go? Playing into Wednesday's hands. Maybe so, Lewis, but I'm afraid we know you're a big Derby fan. I think the Derby performance in front of goal might be playing into Wednesday's hands here. They just haven't taken all of those chances they've created. Right. Max Bird is got his GPS on and is now going to put his shirt on. Looks like Lee Buchanan's coming on as well. So possibly Rooney's going to change shape here. We will see. Big boot forward by Wildsmith. Forsyth clears that one forward. Wisdom has got it. I said he was going to get 100 touches in this game, didn't I? Big diagonal by Wisdom looking for Sibley. Challenges Odebajo. Sibley's moving quite quickly now. I think he probably thinks he's about to get substituted. Harris does well, wins the 50-50 there with Forsyth, who's surely going to foul him, yeah. You know when a player wins a 50-50 and then the other one comes back in sprinting into the challenge, you know full well they're going to foul them. And Harris does well. I bet Rooney would love to change shape. Hey, maybe a bit of extra timber now. But what a player he was. Hey, Jordan Rhodes is coming on. Callum Patterson, the goal scorer, is coming off. Job done for Callum Patterson. Made a nuisance of himself. He scored the goal. a header from 2 yards after Derby failed to clear a set play. Time check, Nat. Says 71:15. So, yeah, about 20 to go, give or take. Stoppage time. Alistair just come back after his food. No, it wasn't a good goal. Free kick in from Bannon, headed up in the air, headed back down, and then Mattheson pops it in. I should be paying attention here. Lee Buchanan's come on, and Max Bird has come on. So Forsyth and Shinnie have gone off. So they're probably just straight swaps, aren't they? And Buchanan will play left back. Superlatively good in the air, Buchanan, as we've mentioned on the watch-alongs this season. Bird joins central midfield. I think Bird's a classy player. I thought he looked best when he actually had Rooney next to him last season in central midfield. A great goal. Here's Burn. Cleared on the near post. Knight. Joshviak. Joshviak to Knight down the right. Knight clips in the cross. Headed away by Odubajo. And Wisdom... Oh, I thought he committed a foul, but obviously not. Wisdom now has it again. Burn. Really intense press by Sheffield Wednesday at the moment. And Burn plays that one into Clark. Clark steps past Jordan Rhodes. 2 ex-Ipswich players against each other there. And Wisdom has it yet again. Back to Clark. Bird. Clark. Clark down the line, and Odubajo just gets there ahead of Sibley. Rhodes to score 12-1, and the reply from Alex is Rhodes to touch the ball 12-1. So what happened to him? He was a goal machine. Here is Harris down the right. And he's won a throw-in off Buchanan. And we are counting down the clock now from Derby's point of view. 73-52. Here's Bannon. Lewis is getting very, very cross with these stupid free kicks. The Derby players need to, it's very difficult when you're chasing it, but they need to just relax and not, as he suggested, play into Wednesday's hands here. But they do need to play with intensity, and that might mean conceding a few free kicks. Derby are overrated, says Dawn. Let legends of football run their club, always end up going to bigger clubs. Big boot down the ground, headed away by Clark. Knight holds it up. Strong play by Knight. And Sibley tries to switch it to Joshviak, who wins the header. But Palmer wins the follow-up and boots that one into the channel. Rhodes chases, but Wisdom gets there first. Marshall to Clark, who's confident in his own box. Turns one way, comes back the other, gives it back to Marshall. Bannon has got it right side of midfield now. Trying to find an angle for a pass. Just goes into the right back position. And it's gone all the way home to Wild Smith. His clearance is headed back by Bielik. And now Sibley's got it down the left. And he's won a throw. Has he? Yes, he has. Comment of the day. How do you get such lovely long locks? Never cut it and wash it every other day. And have good genes from your mother. Here is Bird. Oh, nice little feet by Bird there. Good skill. Buchanan and Sibley. They just couldn't get it. They had 3 players up against them down in the corner there. Couldn't get it crossed. Here is Bird again. He must have won the corner there. Goal kick, actually, I think. So Bannon does well defensively. A few people have called out his defensive work today, but did well there. Wine and macarons. The diet of kings. Looks like Derby are going to make another substitute. Maybe we'll get to see the 16-year-old forward. Please be a draw. Rotherham will be in the shot. I think he's switched his vowel there deliberately. Thank you. Wisdom and Rhodes going at it there. And Wisdom wins the goal kick. Something that annoys me greatly, I've said this before on the channel, shepherding the ball out of play where literally anywhere else on the pitch it's a foul, but you're allowed to do it to shepherd the ball out of play. Not picking on Wisdom. It's just one of these things that's weird, that it's not an obstruction when you're shepherding it out for a goal kick. There you go. Buchanan hoists that one forward, headed away. A Bird has picked it up. Bannon and Harris robbed there by Bielik. Nice give and go between Bird and Bielik. Bannon in. Sorry, Lees makes a tackle to Bannon. Fearsome stuff, this one now. Very, very different vibe than the first half. Tackles flying in. Both sides seem to be committed to pressing each other now. So looks very different than the first half now. That's brutal. I won't read it. $78 gone. Oh, we're not going to get to see the super young Derby striker. We are going to get to see Jamal Hector Ingram, who's come on for Sibley. And he held up two fingers like that as if to say two up top. So I wonder if he's going up top with Kazim Richards and Josviak will be an orthodox winger. Let's find out. Here come Wednesday, though. Harris trying to put one, Odebajo to the back post. Here is Burn to Wisdom. Clark. Derby trying to fashion something. Wednesday have got it clear again. Palmer is down. Does that mean a free kick's been given? Brad, opinion on Neil Warnock. I think he's tremendous value, Brad. A throwback. Carlton Morris, yeah. We'll see if that goes through. One of the early transfers we're expecting Morris through to Barnsley. We might even see Luke Thomas joining Ipswich, hey? You'd think Morris in. Thomas might go out. Long ball forward by Wildsmith. Rhodes and Wisdom having a lovely old time wrestling each other. Wisdom's winning at the moment. Marshall to Clark. 1-0 to Wednesday. 80 minutes, 17 seconds gone. Bielik. Big diagonal from Bird, looking for Kazim Richards. Knight actually jumped behind him for the same ball there. So two players going for the same ball. Bielik. Bird. Lovely ball by Bird, left-footed. Good control by Buchanan. Corner of the box. Buchanan engages Odebajo. Good defending by the ex-Brentford right back. And it's a corner to Derby. Nat says, God, it's dragging. Here comes a corner to Derby that you've got to see your lot defend as well. Matt Clark is up. I'm guessing Wisdom is up. Kazim Richards is up as well. Half zonal, half man-to-man, as we normally see here. Headed away by Reach. I must say half zonal. A player on the near post and one in the zone. Harris is having a good old run against Bird, but he's done well to win that back. And Marshall turns it over to Wisdom down the right. 81-40 gone in this game. Here's Knight. Bielik. Bird. Wisdom. Clark. Diagonal from him. And headed away. Good League One player. Doesn't have it for the Championship. He'll do. Don't worry. Thrown in to Kazim Richards. Heads it on to Yoshviak. Edge of the box. Oh, good feet by Yoshviak. Has he drawn a foul? No, he hasn't. Shaw gets there ahead of him. It's gone through to Marshall. And that was an interesting one, actually, because the offside flag didn't get raised against Rhodes, obviously, until he was interfering. And then Marshall put it out. But then I think they did raise the flag. Yeah, and Derby have the ball. Did you rate John Walk? Did I rate John Walk? Yes. Can you imagine how much a central midfielder who could score 36 goals in one season would be worth now? Astronomical £100 million player there nowadays, John Walk. Goodness me, what a player. Derby have turned it over again, and it's a Wednesday throw-in. Neil Thompson, who played, indeed, left-back to John Walk's centre-back when Ipswich were promoted in the 91-92 season, is tweaking from the sidelines. The interim caretaker, temporary manager of West Brom, who's going to be at West Brom? Sheffield Wednesday, 2 for 2. Don't know how West Brom got into my head there. Baggies on the brain. Wednesday taking their sweet time over this throw-in. Palmer tosses it down the line. Here is Wisdom to Clark. Buchanan up the line, and Wednesday have won it back again. Derby getting a bit raggedy now, but Bird has got the ball, central midfield. Knight. He's looking to find Burn. It's just not working for Derby now, is it? Big, long one to Jordan Rhodes, who has won absolutely nothing since he's been on. Bless him. He's been completely bullied by... Okay, his service hasn't been great, but Clark and Wisdom have just beat up on him for the entire 10 minutes he's been on, poor guy. Josh Fiak has it. And again, the move breaks down the right, and the Derby players are now starting to get frustrated, which is understandable, but they need to keep their heads and their composure. Everton 0, West Ham 1, for those of you who like that sort of thing. Be a good result for West Ham, won't it, in the Premier League? $85 minutes and 17 seconds gone. Throw in to Derby, pretty much on halfway. Nathan Byrne is going to take it, right-hand side. He throws it inside. Wisdom has got it yet again. Time check, Nat, says 85-39. And probably a few minutes of stoppage time also. They seem to go through Yoshviak a lot. Yes. It's had a good game, actually, but it's just for all of the entire Derby team. The criticism is just finishing today. They've done enough to score 1, 2, probably more goals in this game. Here they come now. Knight drills it across. Buchanan's on the far post. Buchanan controls it. He engages Odebajo. He just doesn't have the beating of the Brentford right back here, does he, Lee Buchanan? He certainly would have it in the air, but dribbling hasn't worked, and Odebajo does well. Derby come again now. Bird to Bielik. West Brom just why do I keep saying that? Wednesday just sitting in behind the ball now. And can they have a counter-attack? Here comes Harris. Tries to play that one through for Kachunga. It's a poor ball, and they waste their chance there Wednesday. Bielik to Burn. Has Hector Ingram touched the ball since he's been on? Cue him scoring any second now. Wisdom, 86-55 up. Attack against defence here. Back in to Clark. Clark strides forward. Good purposeful centre-half play by Clark. Buchanan into Bird. Sorry, Hector Ingram, excuse me. He has had a touch. Here's Bielik. Nice little flick round the corner by Knight. Kazim Richards, edge of the box to Knight again. He turns, plays it out to Burn on the right-hand side. Bird, can he get a decent crossing? Left-footed? No. Bannon heads it away. That'll tell you what a bad cross it is. Bannon's only about 5 feet tall. Here is Wisdom again to Bird. Bird right-footed. Don't think it was the intended target, but Hector Ingram came short. Tried to flip it on and offside. 87 minutes 56 gone. Rooney and Rossignol chattering away. I don't know what tweak they can make this late in the game now. They just got to hope something falls for them in the last minute and 45 seconds of real time. Real time, normal time. You know what I mean. Real time with Bill Maher. There will be stoppage time as well, though, obviously. Booted forward by Lees. Clark probably should have left that one alone with Rhodes probably offside again. Bielik, centre circle. Feeds that one through to Josh Viak. Reach getting in there with Knight, but Derby have won it back. Josh Viak plays it down the right to Burn. And Palmer concedes the throw-in. Burn throws it into Josh Viak. Burn holds it up. He's still down the right. Josh Viak. There's 4 in the box. Can anyone get a cross in? Josh Viak tries, but Bannon, good defending again. And here come Wednesday on the break. Buchanan surely fouled by Harris there. Up the Owls, says Sam. Could be 10 points in 4 games for Wednesday here, couldn't it? Got to buy my son a Liverpool shirt tomorrow. Always a hard moment there. Thoughts on Duncan Watmore? Great bit of business that could turn out to be. Nice feat again by Clark. Jordan Rhodes, bless him, has been so bad since he's come off for Wednesday. Here comes Hector Ingram down the left-hand side. Bird. Wisdom. Wisdom to Knight. We're into stoppage time plus 4 minutes in this one. Burn feeds it in. And Bannon clears it up the line. Still, attack against defence has been certainly for the last 15 minutes and pretty much since the goal. Headed up in the air. Attacking throw in to Derby. Jim says, Derby leaving it late to break my heart. Thrown in, Kazim Richards. Bannon is going to clear. Oh, he's clever there, Bannon. He waits for Kazim Richards to close it down and actually manages to win a goal kick. Clever bit of play there. Gets the high fives. My missus said when we have a kid, she doesn't want him getting into football. Yeah. She might not have a say in that, Alex, right? Love a last-minute goal. Will be funny if Derby scored now, says Tyler. Tyler's words, not mine. Won't be very funny. Liam Shaw has been given the man of the match. Central midfielder playing at centre-back, possibly heading towards a clean sheet and a win here. Wildsmith with the kick, 91-23 up on the clock. Matt Clark has it. Jordan Rhodes again gets nowhere near the flick on. Bird plays that back to Buchanan. And Clark again, patient, but they need a goal. Here is Wisdom to Bielik. More positive. Joshviak, just a poor touch by him. And it's given away. And Bannon in the heart of it again. Gets it out to the left back. And booted forward looking for Rhodes, who's 10 yards away from it. Sorry. It's just amusing me now. Big diagonal. Looking for Kazim Richards. He doesn't win it. Sure, the Sky man of the match just with him. Kazim Richards flings himself into a tackle there and is going to be booked. We'll have a look at that. Needs to keep his head there, Kazim Richards. Doesn't want to get himself red carded. Let's have a look at this one. Reach gets it clear. Oof. Not the best tackle by Kazim Richards. He gets a yellow card for that one. Deserved man of the match, says Alex, for sure. Hal would have given it to Bannon. Well, man of the match for sure. Josh said he looked down. I agreed with you, Josh, but hey, Nat says Rhodes man of the match. Sensational. Cheers for the stream. It's not over yet. This is the championship. 93 minutes. 9 seconds gone. Derby need a goal. There are 45 seconds of the minimum stoppage time remaining. Kazim Richards knocks that off to Byrne, who comes forward. Knight down the right-hand side. Last attacking phase, surely. In it goes. Oh, Bird's in there, and he can't get... Oh, it's gone to Buchanan. What a block. Wow. There was the chance. Buchanan has still got it. Oh, God, it fell for Buchanan. The Derby players are sprinting towards the ref, absolutely surrounding him here. Proper Manchester United and Andy D'Urso stuff going on here. I think they're appealing for a handball. Buchanan. Ooh, hello. Let's have a look at that. So Buchanan tries to cross it. Oh, that's a difficult one. It comes from about a yard away, and Harris's hand is probably that far away from his body. Unnatural position, deliberate. I'll leave that one in the chat. Corner for Derby. Last attacking phase of the play, of the game. Joshviak's been booked. Here comes the corner. The ref's going to blow the whistle as soon as this one is done. Marshall is forward. In it goes, and it's cleared, and that is surely going to be full time. Refs check in. Hoofed back forward again, and it is all over. Wow. Sheffield Wednesday 1, the Derby 0. Goodness me. Derby dominating the first 30 minutes of this one, and really could have been probably 2-0 up at that point. Sheffield Wednesday had a pretty decent chance at the end of the first half where Kachunga headed that one wide into the second half. And Derby a little bit less fluent, but still looked the more likely. Then Sheffield Wednesday nicked themselves a goal, Patterson. And then the last 15, 20 minutes of the game were just completely attack against defence. Kazim Richards flings himself into a tackle in stoppage time. That gets a yellow card. And then right at the end of the game, a cross from Buchanan. Kadeem Harris has his arm down by his side, not completely attached to his body, but not out like this. Like, do I need to stand up to do this? Like that. So we're once again debating unnatural positions. It certainly wasn't deliberate. You couldn't have him on deliberate. Unnatural position, probably not, I would have to say. I think that would have been a tough one to call, the unnatural position. All of that being said, Derby had plenty enough chances to get something out of this game and frankly didn't take them. Kazim Richards hitting the crossbar. Shinnie, probably the best chance, had loads of time to measure his shot from there. So let's have a look at the numbers. And what do they tell us? Let me remove that. I suppose the most important number is going to come in the league table, isn't it? So Derby, 68% possession, 14 shots to 12. Only 3 on target, though. So let down by their finish, 7 corners to 0. 2 big chances to Derby, 1 to Wednesday. Wednesday get the win, though. You can go through all the stats in the world, but the one that really matters in the short term is the 3 points to Sheffield Wednesday, who have sensationally got 10 points in the last 4 games. Wednesday, they're in fine form, aren't they? 2.5 points per game over the last 4. They move on to 19 points. And I think, Wednesday fans, let me know, is that the first time they've been out of the bottom 3 with the -12 and the -6 and all of that jazz this season? Possibly. I don't remember them actually getting outside of it, have they? So first time they are out of it. And Nottingham Forest are into the bottom 3. Wow. Let's have a look at your comments. What are you guys saying? JC Dog, what a win. Happy, I'm sure. Tyler thinks it would have been a penalty. Chansiri has a big decision on his hands. Yes, he does. And 2 weeks now to make it, doesn't he? Simon said 1-0. So did Animation. Professional performance from us. Who do I think is more likely to go down? Forest, Derby or Wednesday? You keep asking me to choose between those 3. I do think the most likely to go down out of those 3 is Sheffield Wednesday. That doesn't mean they'll go down. There are 21 other teams in the division other than those 3. So perhaps Wednesday fans can stop looking at Derby and Forest now and maybe look at Coventry, QPR, Birmingham et al. Because I'm going to answer that question honestly. I think Forest and Derby will finish above Wednesday, but that's not to say that Wednesday will be going down. Massive results. We are out of the relegation zone. I shed a tear. Tom Lee's masterclass. You love to see it. Yes, boys. Owls out of the cage. Playoff shouldn't be a problem now. Tremendous. God, my heart. Derby aren't going down. I don't think Derby will go down. No. What have we got here? As much as everyone disagrees, I do think we need a yes man because the players need someone to give the confidence to just play rather than slate them and get them playing a different style. They just need to win now, don't they? Yes, promotion form over the last 4 games from Wednesday. Can't argue with that. The stats tell us that 2.5 points per game over those 4 games is tremendous form, isn't it? So there we go. An interesting watch along. Commiserations to the Derby fans. Derby had so many chances to score in that game and did not. And Wednesday, they've done it. They've got the win. We use the word sustainable a lot. Is that a sustainable performance? No, absolutely not. But hey, they're out of the bottom 3 and they will take the points. There's Shaylee asking to put the food on. So I will say, yes, darling, I'll be down in a minute and we'll finish the stream here. Who made that amazing block at the end? I don't recall. They didn't show it on Sky. They were so obsessed with obviously wanting to talk about a potential handball that they didn't show the block. There was a massive block, I think, from Buchanan in the first instance. Wasn't there? Pass. I didn't see who made it. Right. Let's say thank you to all of you guys. We do need to say thank you to Charlie, who sponsors all our watch-alongs. Charlie Frost, 30 years of Law Royal. Here's to many more. Thank you to everybody for joining me today. I'll figure out what we're going to do tomorrow. Honestly, I'll take a view, depending on how many games get postponed, if any more go under because of COVID, about whether it'll be a super stream or whether we'll do Stoke and Bournemouth in the evening. That said, I did really enjoy watching Bournemouth the other night, but that may be the Brentford factor as well. Whereas Stoke, I've watched a lot recently, and they're a little bit more stoic, aren't they? Right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to Mark and QPR, Simon. David wants more Shaylee on the channel. If she's reading, you'll have to ask her. Harris has made the block. Existential Chaos 1. Inability to hit a cow's backside with a banjo nil. Let chaos reign. There you go, Jez. Yes, and thank you for the cakes and the pies. Cheers to Tony. Thank you, everybody. And I'm going to wish you all farewell. Go and enjoy Manchester United and Villa if you're going to watch that one. I will be back tomorrow. There will likely be 2 shows. I don't know what they are. It'll be 2 of Leeds Spurs, Superstream, and Stoke Bournemouth. We'll see how it pans out. And we'll leave you with Thompson in from Theo there and his 100% record and 3 points per game win ratio. I'm getting my stats mixed up, but you know what I'm saying, don't you? Thank you, everybody, for watching. Over and out. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button and to be notified every time we upload. Ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.